You already have superpowers, not in some comic book fantasy, but real, measurable abilities buried inside your brain right now, this very second. And the strange truth is that most people will live their entire lives and die without ever knowing these powers were there, quietly running in the background, waiting to be noticed. We are taught that a superpower is something impossible: flight, invisibility, reading minds. But science keeps uncovering something far stranger. The human brain is already doing things so bizarre, so far beyond what you think you are capable of, that if you saw them in a film you would call them fake. Over the next few minutes you are going to discover 6 hidden human superpowers, every one of them documented by real scientists, counting down to the one that sounds the most impossible of all, and yet has been proven again and again. Some of these you already have. At least one of them you can actually learn. So stay to the end, because the final power will make you question what a human being really is. Let us begin the countdown at number 6, with a sense you use every waking second and have probably never even heard named. Proprioception. Close your eyes and touch your nose. You just did it effortlessly, without looking, because your brain always knows exactly where every part of your body is in space. This is your true sixth sense, and a scientist named Charles Sherrington was the first to map it over a century ago. Your muscles and joints are packed with tiny sensors constantly reporting their position to your brain, which stitches it all together into a seamless map of your body. Without it, you could not walk in the dark, type without looking, or bring a cup to your lips. It is a genuine sense, as real as sight or hearing, and you never even knew you had it. But knowing where your body is feels almost ordinary. The next power is far stranger because it lets some people see a version of the world that you physically cannot. Number 5. Tetrachromacy. The ability to see colors that, to most people, simply do not exist. The average human eye has 3 types of color receptors, letting you see roughly 1,000,000 shades. But a researcher named Gabriele Jordan spent years hunting for people with a 4th receptor, and she found them. These rare individuals, almost always women, can perceive around 100 million colors. Where you see a single shade of green, they see dozens of distinct variations, an entire hidden dimension of color painted across the same world you are looking at. They are not imagining it. Their eyes are simply built to catch light that yours throws away. Somewhere out there, someone is looking at an ordinary rainbow and seeing something you will never be able to picture. Now, seeing extra colors is a power written into the eyes. The next one is even harder to believe, because it means your brain can sense something completely invisible, with no organ you can point to. Number 4. Magnetoreception. The ability to feel the magnetic field of the Earth itself. For decades, this was considered a power reserved for birds and sea turtles, animals that navigate thousands of miles using an internal compass. Then a geobiologist named Joe Kirschvink ran a careful experiment at Caltech, placing people in a sealed chamber and shifting the magnetic field around them. And the human brain responded. Measurable changes in brain activity appeared, even though the people felt nothing consciously. Buried in your head may be a faint, ancient compass, silently registering the pull of the planet, a leftover from an evolutionary past, when finding your way could mean the difference between life and death. You cannot feel it, but part of you may always know which way is north. That was a sense working below your awareness. The next power takes that idea and pushes it to something almost unbelievable, because it means you can see without knowing you are seeing. Number 3. Blindsight. In rare cases, people who have gone completely blind, whose eyes work but whose visual brain has been damaged, can still somehow respond to things they cannot consciously see. A scientist named Lawrence Weiskrantz documented patients who insisted they were totally blind, and yet, when asked to guess, could point to objects, avoid obstacles in a hallway, and even read the emotion on a face they swore they could not perceive. Their conscious mind saw nothing but darkness. But a deeper, older visual system in the brain was still watching, still guiding them, completely without their awareness. It reveals something haunting about you. There is a part of your brain that sees the world and acts on it, entirely without ever telling the you that you think you are. So far, these are powers you either have quietly or are born with. But the next one is different, because this is a superpower you can actually train yourself to develop. Number 2. Human echolocation. The ability to see the world using sound, the same way a bat or a dolphin does. This is not a party trick. A man named Daniel Kish, blind since he was a baby, taught himself to make sharp clicks with his tongue and listen to the echoes bouncing back. Using nothing but sound, he can ride a bicycle through traffic, hike alone in the wilderness, and sense the size, shape, and distance of objects around him. A perceptual scientist named Lawrence Rosenblum studied people like Kish and confirmed it. Their brains had rewired the visual cortex, the part meant for sight, to build a picture of the world out of echoes. And here is the astonishing part. Studies show that sighted people can begin learning the basics of this in a matter of weeks. The power to see with sound is not reserved for a chosen few. It may be latent in all of us. And that brings us to number 1. The most impossible sounding power of all, and yet one that has been documented, studied, and confirmed beyond doubt. Number 1. Total autobiographical memory. Imagine being able to remember every single day of your life, in perfect detail. What you wore, what you ate, what the weather was like on a random Tuesday 30 years ago. For a tiny handful of people, this is simply reality. A neuroscientist named James McGaugh discovered this condition, now called highly superior autobiographical memory, when a woman contacted him claiming she could recall every day of her life since childhood. He tested her relentlessly, throwing dates at her at random, and she was right, again and again. Since then, only a small number of people worldwide have been confirmed to have it. Their brains do not forget the way yours does. Every ordinary day is preserved permanently, like a film they can replay at will. It forces a staggering question. If a human brain is capable of storing every moment of a life, then how much is your own brain quietly recording that you simply cannot reach? So look at what you actually are. A creature with a secret sense of its own body, a brain that can feel the pull of the planet, eyes that in some people catch colors from another dimension, a hidden visual system that sees in the dark of blindness, ears that can be trained to paint the world in sound, and a memory capable of holding an entire lifetime without losing a single day. These are not fantasies. They are documented, tested, real. The superpowers were never out there in some other world. They were folded inside the 3 pounds of tissue between your ears the entire time. The truth is that the human brain is still mostly a mystery, even to the scientists who study it every day. We have barely begun to map what it can do. So the real question is not whether humans have hidden superpowers. We clearly do. The real question is how many more are still in there, waiting, in you, undiscovered, for someone to finally notice them. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. A new video goes up on this channel every single day. It would mean everything to have you here.